Word up, everybody. Welcome to Word of the Day with Comedians. I'm your host, Dennis Maller, and joining me on the program today is comedian in both Baltimore and New York, my old friend, and an NFT art maker. Please put your hands together for Bonnie Themelis. What's going on, Bonnie?
Hey, Dennis. What is up?
We did just a whole lengthy rant on NFTs prior to starting recording because I don't understand them, and she makes them, and then she admitted to me that she also doesn't understand them.
I mean, if you ever collected like Pogs, they're kind of, then you understand them.
Yeah. And that brings us to our word of the day today, which I just noticed because the words are chosen randomly when I assigned them today, and we picked days on the calendar randomly. So this word today is apparently fortuitous because our word of the day is, I'm going to hope I say this right, is matronymic. And of course, I can't be trusted to pronounce words properly. That's why I, in my infinitely ever losing money budget of this show, hired a professional announcer bot, Annie, who I call Annie. Annie, the pronouncer bot, who's a professional announcer, will tell us how to properly pronounce today's word of the day.
Matronymic.
Matronymic. All right, I got it. Matronymic. Hey, you know what? Sometimes my 6 years of community college does serve me well, despite the fact that I also went to Baltimore Public County Schools. So
I took karate in Dundalk, where you grew up. So,
oh, was it Kenpo karate?
It was at Hollabird Elementary Middle, and it was Goju Ryu karate. And I tell a story about this in my stand-up because I found out my karate teacher was a racist. And it was like one of the first times I had that white person experience of going, oh my God, is this person doing racism? Does he think I'm cool with it? Oh no. It was I was a child. I want to emphasize I was a child. His daughter is the one who sort of started saying things that I was like, oh no. But they did teach me karate, and I do still think I can beat people up.
And of course, it's fortuitous, today's word, matronymic, that we are recording this on Mother's Day because matronymic means a name derived from that of the mother or a maternal ancestor.
That's right. So
I guess the opposite would be patronymic.
Yes.
Which patronymic sounds like a guy who invents his own karate.
Yeah, it does. It's like the way of patronymic.
I'm going to show you how to do patronymic karate, which means it's beating people with bicycle chains.
One of my like self-defense delusions I have is that like should something happen, I'll immediately know kung fu. I know it's not true, but I believe it. But that too, I will know how to turn some inanimate object into essentially a sock full of quarters. It should, it makes me feel better. But I'd be really sad to have it not proved out in a real life situation. But my favorite is when somebody who's into like MMA or, commiserate combat sports as a grown up. Well, they don't do it professionally. They're just super into it, blah, blah, blah. And they think like they can beat up everyone in the world. My favorite people, because I'm like, but I've got this bag full of razors, like I'm just like, we're not going to get in a grappling situation if it's up to me.
That also brings up the thing that we have in our industry right now, where we're watching a lot of comedians going, oh, Chris Rock, Will Smith, Dave Chappelle. If a heckler comes at me on stage, I'm going to grab the mic stand and be like, wow, 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 like this.
Yeah.
And it's like, aren't you famous for being the kid being bullied as a kid, and now all of a sudden you're an MMA fighter?
Yeah, now you're gonna use the mic like a rope dart.
You're going to Krav McGraw your way out of a fight now that you used to get put into trash cans? All right, let's see how that works.
Well, and it's funny the way some comics are like, brave men and women of the stage. Every night out here facing these
slings and arrows of those slings and arrows of those who are to take us down a peg.
I can never support any other comic getting that self-serious. Like, it's so annoying.
And that now brings us to the fun fact did you know-ism of the word of the day, which is matronymic. And the fun fact is the hybrid version of the Latin word māter, which means mother, was combined with the Greek-based ending from patronymic. And these words together are an adjective, which means pertaining to or being derived from a mother or maternal ancestor. And that definition was created in 1874.
I mean, I assume sometime there was like somebody who was like, my dad's family, trash. I gotta go with mom's. But I do like that it's a Latin and Greek hybridization. Those are my least favorite words. Sorry, I've got a dog.
No,
they're my least favorite words. Like polyamory, fine concept, but Latin and Greek. It's like,
well, you got it. You should have a finish for the Greek words.
I do. I am an ethnic Greek, and I'm also someone who I studied ancient Greek. Like I was my minor in college was classical mythology, where I did a lot of Greek translation. My major was theater because I am a huge capitalist. Just money is what I'm about.
I studied Greek theater growing up, and the only thing I took out of it, the only lesson I took out of that is don't have sex with my mother.
Yes.
That's all I got.
Well, you should have taken it. Like, everybody hears that. They're like, oh my God, Oedipus. Got it. Which, sadly, you can't really avoid. Fate, they got you. And that's sort of the point. You should have been paying attention to Medea. Do not abandon some lady for a princess when she does magic. Don't do it. It's not gonna
never cross a magician.
It's never gonna. I love the Medea is my favorite. It's the one I like translated myself the most, and like because it's almost it's almost I would argue like a weird proto-feminist thing, because traditionally if a woman were to break the rules of society, even she would be punished. But Medea gets revenge, and then the god of the sun literally does the first deus ex machina, comes through in a chariot and flies her away. And she's like, peace, Jason.
Oh, so that's where the Simpsons got that, hi, I'm pooching, I'm going back to my home planet plot line.
Basically,
like, it's from Medea.
It's just Medea.
Let's just readapt Medea.
And I keep writing to Tyler Perry to do Medea as Medea, but he won't do it.
Medea's reinvention of Medea.
Yeah.
Well, that now brings us to the point of the show where we will start constructing our sentence using the word of the day in context. And every good sentence needs to have a subject and needs to be about a person. And the person, I think, for our subject, who is representation of matronymic, I think maybe we should go with someone named Medea.
Yes.
So what can we have a Medea doing where we would use the word matronymic? Could we have Medea getting into a fight with a man? She's going to get in a fight. The sentence would be something around Medea wasn't afraid to punch a man being mouthy in the face because of her matronymic ancestors were MMA fighters.
Yeah. because her matronymic derived skill set.
All right, everybody, we've officially picked our word of the day. We have defined it, and we have created a sentence using it in context. And to present all that for you is my guest, Bunny Themelis.
All right. The word is matronymic. a name derived from that of the mother or a maternal ancestor. So, in a sentence, while on stage, Medea wasn't afraid to punch a mouthy heckler in the face because of the Krav Maga she inherited from her matronymic ancestors, who were all MMA fighters.
Yes, perfect, excellent. All right, everybody, we have officially expanded our vocabulary by one more word today. I want to thank all of you for watching and listening, and of course, I want to thank my guest Bunny for joining us and helping us create this sentence. And Bunny, please tell everyone where they can find you.
Well, thank you for having me. You can find me online, anywhere social medias are had. Bunny Themelis, at Bunny Themelis is my handle. I do a podcast called Pinko Commie Slutz. It's a leftist podcast, but also I do bits on it. One of my bits is that anytime someone dies, I immediately summon their spirit from the astral plane. So if you're into that, if you're into that kind of thing, disrespecting the dead immediately, and hearing, a little bit about theory sometimes. Pinko Commie Slutz. It was sort of a name I had kicking around in my head for forever. We're on all the podcast places.
And of course, everybody, links to everything we just talked about is in the description of this episode. Thank you so much for watching. And if you use today's word of the day, matronymic, in a sentence, whether it's in context or not, I want to hear all about it. So tell me in the comments how you used it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And don't forget to word up. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Word of the Day with Comedians all the way to the end. I greatly appreciate it. And if you want to continue to keep expanding your vocabulary the funniest way possible, I recommend clicking this box right here to watch our latest episode. Of course, stay up to date with everything by subscribing or listening to Word of the Day with Comedians on the go by downloading it on iTunes or Spotify.
Wait.
Yeah, I know. I have catchphrases and I kind of hate myself for it.